All right, hello students. For today's notes, you are going to be learning about word problems, and you are simply going to turn what you've been learning in the class, in the 4.1 and 4.2 sections, and just applying them. There is a little piece that we are going to add into the notes though, and that is how to compare fractions. So you're going to take proportions and actually let's write the title as comparing proportions. Let me start by just changing that. So the title of this is Comparing Proportions. Also 7.2, you could probably hear yourself in the background there from today's class, because this is when I am writing these notes. So anyways, we are going to be comparing proportions. And what we are going to compare right now is, first of all, remember that you could turn fractions into, or proportions into fractions. So if I have something like P and to the ratios of Q, then you remember that you can turn it into Q over P. It could also be, or I do want to emphasize that you can have it as P over Q. But the reason why I am telling you to turn it as Q over P is because for the constant of proportion, it's so much easier for you to just handle that or answer that. All right. Now, let's write down the fact that you can compare two fractions. And the way that you do that is you use an equal sign. So use an equal sign. All right, so what does that mean? Well, it means that when you are going to compare two fractions using an equal sign, then you're just going to put them next to each other, and you are going to pretty much just, you can do calculations with them. And so, for example, here, let's say we have A of something is compared to B, and we have C is comparable to D. So if you turn each one of these into fractions, you'll see that you could turn this into, let's say, B over A, and the other one equals D over C. Now the thing is, you have to be consistent. So in this case, they will be equal to each other. Or if you want to have A is on top of B, that's okay, as long as you have C over D. Now there is a little bit of flexibility depending on what you're looking for or what units you're ultimately looking for. It is nice to have kind of the variable on top, like the one that you don't have a comparison to on the top side, so you could always have that. All right, so you can make sure this gets copied down into your notebooks, and we will do a quick example here, okay? So let's say that you have a ratio. Let's say let's do EG. So let's say ratio is, I'm just gonna really simplify the wording here. So we've been using one, like teachers for field trips, right? Let's say, so one teacher for every 5 students. And what we will try to have here is a nice number to compare it with. If there are, let's say, 25 students, then teachers, and then we'll just put question mark. I'm just keeping this very simple right there. So now we're given the 1:5 ratio. I am gonna put the 5 students on the top here. Actually, we could have the teachers on top. So 1 teacher. And sometimes I like writing it down because then it's a reminder that for the other fraction, you also want to put the equivalents on the same side, right? So 25 students, and then you're looking for however many teachers. And so then how do you answer that? Well, what you could do is you could cross multiply and divide. So usually what you would do is I would take the ones that are across each other, I would multiply those, and then I would then divide the number here. So 25 times 1 is 25, divided by 5 is 5. So the answer then becomes 5 is equal to however many teachers you're looking for. Okay? Or 5 teachers. So that's an example of what you can do to, or how you could use proportions to find out answers of missing pieces. You have to do it, you have to convert it into fractions first for you to be able to do it successfully. So then you're left with this. I would like you to do the try for page 310. And also one more thing that I would like you to do is make sure that you do double check your answers for 4.1, 4.2. You should know where the answer keys are. But if you have any questions on that, you could ask me. They are on the Teams channel for math, so you should be able to find it there. All right, go ahead and try the page 310. We're gonna continue working on this tomorrow, and you do have a quiz tomorrow as well. All right, with that, have a good rest of your day.